Hi guys, and welcome to my video log. So we are now 11 days out before the Ukdfba international show. Obviously I'm really looking forward to competing in it now. Firstly though, just want to give a shout out to Finn McNamara and Mick Boyle. They both competed at the Wnbf finals last Sunday. They didn't crack the top 5, but you know, they brought a really good package to the stage. They look really good. Obviously they're going to be a bit disappointed the fact that they didn't crack the top 5, but onwards and upwards now. I've actually written a post as well on Instagram and Facebook just about, you know, dealing with the disappointment on placings and things like that really. So hope you find that useful if you check it out. Also, you can see, as you know, I've got my beanie hat on as well. For those in prep are used to it by now, you probably do the same thing yourself. You know, feeling the cold a little bit, even though it's not that cold outside. When you're lean and got low body fat, you do feel the cold a little bit more so, but it's something you get used to really. You just deal with it. So that's that really. So 11 days out, like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. My body weight at the moment is around about, first thing in the morning before food and everything like that, is around about, this morning, put it this way, it was 72.7 kilos this morning. So my body weight is pretty similar to what it was last year at the Worlds. Morning body weight, that's, like I say, that's before food and everything like that. And the way I look, I would say I'm probably there actually. I match the conditions of the Worlds, I think so anyway, and a couple of people who I trust who've had a look as well, so the same thing. My body weight can hover up as well if I've had like you know, a high carb day or something like that in the morning after. So body weight really is not really too important really at this stage because it will fluctuate, so you know, it doesn't really bother me. I know for a fact I'm going to be well under the lightweight limit for the class, which is 77 kilos, 170 pounds, which for a lightweight really is fairly heavy. Usually lightweight classes, I know at the Worlds is 160 pound this year. In the past it's been lower or a little bit higher, maybe 165. So going into the show, even though it's called the lightweight pro class, there are going to be guys who are more sort of like maybe middleweights. Derek Brettel, for example, I know he's about 77 kilos thereabouts. So there may be guys, you know, maybe perhaps a little bit bigger or all that, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So we'll just see how that goes. As far as personal wise, you know, I feel like I'm going to bring my best to the stage. I know a lot of people do say that year on year, but I genuinely do believe that I'm going to be bringing my best, and that's all you can do really, you know. So going into the show, I'm confident. I'm not saying I'm going to win it. I want to win it, of course I do. But you know, I feel like I'm going to be competitive, and we're just going to have to see how things go really. Obviously, if I don't win, I'm going to be a bit disappointed, but I'm going to be happy at the fact that you know, I've brought my best to the stage. So all being well, you know, unless I completely cock things up, then I'll be bringing my best to the stage for this year anyway, thereabouts. So other clients going into the show, so we've got Mark Newton. Mark's doing the Masters. He's done really well this year as in the novices, and also he did the Masters as well with the MPA the other month. So Mark is now doing the Masters in the finals. He's got his work cut out a lot, of course, like it, you know, any class in any finals really. We've got Mick Boyle in the over 50s, again really going to be a really tough class. We've got Finn McNamara in the novices, myself in the pro class of course, and we've got Casey Bertley, and he's in the men's physique, which is likely to be, based on his height, the tall class. So it's, you know, it's going to be really tough, and you know, we may or may not crack the top 5. You just don't know how things are going to go. But, you know, we're all aiming to bring our best anyway. It's going to be a long day. I know the show itself will start at 1 o'clock. but I don't think we'll be on, as in the pro class and the men's physique, etc., are going to be on until right at the end, which is going to be probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock onwards. So I know it's going to be a really, really busy show, so if you've not bought any tickets, it might be worthwhile getting your friends and family to buy them ASAP, really, before they sell out. You don't want to be turned down on the door on the day, really, so try not to leave it till the last minute. So that's that, really. I'm really, really looking forward to it, as I always say. Looking forward to catching up with people as well. That's one good thing about on the day of the show and the day before, when you're at hotel checking in, things like that. You do get to talk to a lot of people and catch up. So if anyone you know, watching this, who've maybe never met me before or anything like that, if you see me, just come and say hi. You know. It'd be nice to talk to people as well, and nice to meet new people. Other things I can think of. So the Saturday, we've got like the polygraph. We've got the tanning as well. Second coat of tan will be done on the Sunday. And that's pretty much that, really. Regards to my nutrition and training. Well, nutrition, my calories on average haven't changed really that much over the past few months. What I have done is recently I've been cycling my carbs, so I will go low days, medium and high days. High phase is just basically a nice refeed. 1 week I went up to 500 carbs, and then last Saturday I went up to 650 just to see how I would respond, because I'm pretty much there contest shape wise. I thought, right, let's see how I look. So I took pictures periodically during the day and then the following morning, just to see how I respond, and just see the effect the following day as well. Took more pictures based on like a normal day of carbs, things like that. So I think, without taking any rolling the dice or taking a gamble, I think I'm gonna use a strategy which worked well last weekend. So we'll just see how things go. I'm going to do another refeed this Saturday, which is going to be 650 carbs, and again I'm going to just see how I look, just to make sure you know, I'm not kind of spilled over or anything like that, which is highly unlikely. But yeah, we'll see there. But I've got kind of room to manoeuvre, and I advise the other people who are competing as well. You know, if you're kind of ready a few weeks before, you got a chance then to try a few things from there. So my low days, you know, you do feel more hungry on them days. So my low days will be around about 120 carbs, which is really low. But what I'll do then is I'll increase my protein a little bit just for satiety. Medium days where there'll be from 310 to 350 carbs, based on if I'm training or not. If I'm not training, it'll be 310 carbs, and that seems to be working really well, you know, for the past week or so. So I'm going to stick into that, you know, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Regards to training, then the last heavy leg training session will be this Thursday or Friday. And I'll probably do like a leg tickle, maybe Tuesday next week, Wednesday. It'll just be, you know, some light work. My last main week of heavy training will be this week, and then next week it'll be probably Monday, Tuesday, going about 80%, leaving some reps in the tank, and then I'll be doing typical pump work, what you see Thursday, Friday, maybe a little bit on Saturday. Nothing on show day, just a pump when you're backstage, really. And of course with the physique checks and things like that, with based on how you look. So regards to, I've been asked a few questions whether I'm doing the Worlds or not, and at the moment I don't honestly know. I'm gonna have to wait until after the UK, and then I'm gonna have a chat with my wife on the Monday, the day after. And then we're just going to assess things, because, you know, it's not just a case of, it's not that I don't want to compete at the Worlds. I've got to weigh up the costs as well, because for anyone competing abroad, unless they're fully funded, which pros are not, we have to rely on our own funding or prize money. So if you look at, you know, if you get £750 prize money or £1,000, whatever it is, if you take into account, you know, flights and accommodation and entry fees, membership fees, stuff like that, you are still probably forking out your own pocket a little bit as well. So we've got to weigh things up like that. So we'll decide on Monday really. That's when I'll make the decision. Monday as well, I'm really looking forward to. Straight after a show, well, the day after a show, I always personally have a day after the diet. Now that isn't like a massive binge or anything like that. It's just a few normal meals, not stuff in my face, but having some nice meals for the day. And I find it doesn't really do any damage whatsoever. You have to have some self-control there, but for example, what I'll do is I might have my normal oats and whey for breakfast, and then for lunch, for example, we booked in at Red's True Barbecue in Manchester, and I absolutely can't wait for that. You're already looking at the menu just to see what you're going to order. So I'll be having the donut burger and some little bits from the pit tray, like pulled pork and brisket and burnt end, stuff like that really. Cornbread maybe. But it's not going to be, you know, a massive feast or anything like that. I'll probably head to my cookie dough for a bit of dessert or something like that. You know, leave it 4 hours or so, and then I might have, say, just a nice healthy meal. It might be a curry or something like that. And I find it's just a nice break off the diet just for a day. And even if I've called it, you know, the season then after the UK and I've decided not to do the Worlds, then, you know, I'm still going to be back on it from the Tuesday. Of course, if I am doing the Worlds, then it's going to be back on it Tuesday, 100% to bringing back the condition again. I may be just a little bit blurry on the Tuesday, but I've done it quite a few times now, even last year after the UK when I wasn't 100%, and it's not held me back whatsoever. I think it's only if you have a massive binge and you can't stop and, you know, you end up putting a lot of weight on. So I wouldn't say I've got it, you know, mastered to a point, but I'm comfortable doing that. It's not something I recommend for everyone to do, but, you know, just a nice meal or whatever is not going to do any damage unless you've got a show really close afterwards. So that's that really. I don't want to go on for too long, but the next time I do the blog, it'll be after the show. So it'd be interesting to see and look back on, you know, and it'd be nice to see when I look back on watching the blogs and stuff like that, you know, what happened and stuff like that. So it's really nice to capture all of this. And, you know, for those who've been watching, I really appreciate that. And as always, if you've got any questions or comments, things like that, just fire away. So thanks for watching. For those in prep, you know, give it your all, and I'll hopefully see you soon in 11 days. Thanks for watching. Cheers.